right. Hey, everybody. It's been an eventful day, let me tell you. I got haters who are calling me a fraud and a grifter. I don't know. I still got to look up what a grifter is. But there's that. That's really upsetting. And then the market today, my account, I've got a new record, though. This is kind of cool. This is the most amount of money I've lost in a day before. So you got to appreciate it in both ways, guys. You got to appreciate all the records. So I think I'm down 370 today. That's just a rough idea. Not as cool as yesterday, being up a bunch with Tesla. But still, I look at it this way. I'm still up, I don't know, almost $200,000 with the gains I'd locked in on Tesla, and then the gains I still have left, maybe like 185. So still a pretty good week for me. Still happy about Matterport over the last week. You got to roll with the punches. We got a lot of punches today. We're going to be covering Starbucks earnings. I see a little bit of a bounce here. I want to cover this one. So I talked back and forth about doing Amazon or this. The reason I'm doing this is because I think this is more impactful on what's happening in China. And that's what I want to understand the most. Plus, there's a ton of people that cover Amazon and do a great job. So I'm gonna listen to Amazon later. But for now, I want to hear about Starbucks because I want to know China better. So that's the focus. Today, you know what's funny? I had people giving me a hard time yesterday because I was selling Tesla already. And then, in the end, it looks like I should have sold more Tesla already because it was up 100% roughly in a very short period of time. So, and now I'm only up 43.4. So, there's always like, should I, shouldn't I? I don't care too much either way. I got SoFi at a pretty good price. It was down like almost 40% yesterday. And today, these options are down more. Don't get me wrong. They're down 20. But they're rock bottom, man. These are either going to pay out or they're not. And I only have 145 left. So if it don't pay out, it just turns to dust and whatever. PayPal was, your mic seems really quiet. Oh, here, is that better? Maybe that's too close. Is the mic okay? Can you guys tell me? Do I need to? Is that okay? Thumbs up? Slightly better. Oh, I got fireworks. Cool. Let me see. One second. Is it that much different than normal? Oh, it's better. Okay, cool. All right, the delay's kicking in. All right, anyway. I'm trying to remember where I was. Oh, yeah, PayPal. So I was talking about 2025's 2025. So this is the difference in time, right? In being, we need more. I can hear it. Need more volume. Let me just double check my mic software and see if anything changed. Oh, you know what? The gain is a little low. Let me do this. Is that better? Let me know. All right. So anyway, PayPal, if you look at the stuff that's higher target, like my January 2025's at a 140 strike, way better. Okay, cool. If you look at it at a 140 strike, I don't know why it went down. That's weird. Those went down 25% today. So they just got royally flushed. But the ones that are January 16th, 2026 are up 2%, closer to in line of what PayPal was up today. So it's just one of those things where people pay for time, right? In a multitude of ways. And in the options world, time is more safety. It's more time to be right. So that's why I really hate things that are in this case, really far out of the money, because PayPal 140 seems pretty far out of the money from where we are right now. I do think that's going to improve, though. I haven't given up on my 2025s. I just want to say I haven't sold fucking one of them. So that's how committed I am at this point. But they might not. They might not pan out. It might be a waste of money. I might have thrown away $348,314.05. I don't know. Maybe. I still think I'm going to make money off of it. But the January 16th, 2026s are the safer bet. And now, because you got to remember, I placed this PayPal bet. I placed that PayPal bet in May of 2023. So that's been a year. So the fact that these PayPal options are only down 59% says a lot, honestly. Anything else, you would have just been fucked. What's happening with Amazon? Ooh. Let's get Amazon. Let's get it. Let me see here. Let me go. Oh, that ain't it. Let me go over here. I'll have to do one of these jobs. And pull up Amazon. Is Amazon going up? Is it going down? This will end up being the more interesting one. Oh, 5.5%. That's not bad. That's not bad. Nice base here. Can't hate it. Cool. Good for Amazon. Now, I'm really curious if Starbucks shits the bed. That's the one I'm most worried about. But anyway, so yeah, everything got screwed today. I did sell a little bit of Flux, a very small amount, about, I don't know, 10%, a little, maybe 15. And I bought some MicroStrategy down 17% on the day, which it's still down 17.62. So that I didn't do much of any trading today. I was hoping that PayPal would have really outperformed, and I didn't expect the market to get royally flush today. And so, man, today I really got my ass kicked. Can't win every day. Yep, today would be a good day to not win for a lot of people. But yeah, so my shit coins, all that stuff. So I think I lost 370,000 today. I think that's a rough guess. And it's a record if I hit it. If nothing else, it's an honorable mention in second place. So that was cool. But again, we're shooting for Starbucks. Conference call, 4 o'clock. We got 55 minutes. Let me see if they actually got their earnings details out yet, though. I just see Q1. And they're technically in Q2, whatever. Ooh, they're shitting the bed, though. They're dropping. They're dropping. Ah, see, this has me. This is China, guys. This is all China. All right. That looks bloody. Let me see if I can find, let me see, Starbucks Q2 earnings results. 2024. Are people making this bet because of something they got? I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder where people get these details. It's like it's never on the fucking site. Oh, wait. Maybe it is. No, that's old. That's just that they're going to have earnings. Not helpful. All right, let me do this. I'm going to pull it up on X. We're going to see what X is doing with the Starbucks because I want to see that. Let me do the dollar sign here to make sure I get the good posts. If the time permits, can you take a look at Poet? Sure. I'm going to try and go long on this one, guys. It's been a fun day, so I want to be as supportive as I can for everybody that needs the emotional support cushion that is me. I probably could have wore a better shirt today, but I do think it's prophetic. I actually did wear this for the PayPal earnings call. So I was just signaling what was coming, I guess. All right, adjusted EPS, 68 cents, estimate 80. Net revenue, 8.56 billion, estimate 9.13. I'm telling you, this is all China. China's fucked. But I think there's a silver lining to that. We will cover that later. So we'll wait for that to come out. I'm going to skip all this stuff for now. Oh, I did want to show this. This is from the earnings report with MicroStrategy yesterday. If you missed it, this shows Bitcoin as an asset, as a store of value versus all the other stores of value on Earth. And if you just took 1% of this $9 trillion, you could put Bitcoin well into the millions and beyond. Maybe 2 million range, 3 million range. So it doesn't need to suck up a lot to be completely transformative. Just to be clear. All right, so we're going to run through economic stuff. Let's get into that now that we've looked at my butchered portfolio. So here's the deal. Remember this. You probably didn't lose more money than I lost today. Isn't that great? Doesn't that make you feel a little better? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying. All right, bar chart, SPY, and QQQ short interest. This is kind of funny because yesterday short interest fell to the lowest levels in 6 years. And then the markets fell. You got to love the irony. All right, Prometheus Research. This is a pretty good one too. Treasury Market Monitor, government asset. So there's probably signal in this, right? We probably could have thought about this. Oh, Starbucks down 8%. That's gonna be fun. This is the spicier earnings call, guys. I'm telling you. All right, Prometheus. Treasury market, government asset supply versus yield curve. What he's trying to, Bob Elliott's saying this. I don't always agree with Bob, but I think he's right here. It says long in bond yields, and all that means is long duration. Long duration. People use complicated terms. The shit that says that the government's going to pay you back in 20 years, 20-year bond, right? It says that those rates could still rise even if the Fed cuts as expected if duration investors start to demand anything close to a normal term premium. So all they're saying is it's a really sketchy environment for long-term bonds. So don't go out buying 20-year bonds or 10-year bonds because the rates could continue to go up. They could continue to go up for a number of reasons. This is one, but also because people just don't know if the government can pay them back in 20 fucking years. I mean, the way we're going, we probably can't pay, some stuff in like Social Security maybe in 5. So I don't know, man. Maybe don't buy long dated bonds. Please to God, don't do it. You're going to get fucked. So just don't do it. All right, Seth Golden, consumer is not, I repeat, not slowing. Redbook weekly year-over-year sales hits 4-month high. So all this is saying is that, and the Redbook is just like, it's a culmination of like 9,000 retailers or something like that. And I believe it's a survey, but it's I can double check. We do have it up. But essentially it's saying that people are still buying. And this is a problem that China wishes they had. Trust me to God, they do. They would love for this to happen. AMD up, miss and a miss for Starbucks, yeah. Nvidia up 2% after hours, cool. I lost 15,000 today. I don't feel so bad hearing your losses. See, Corey, that's the right fucking attitude, bro. Lisa Marie, and that means TLT and TMF also. Yeah, stay the fuck out, Lisa. Don't get in long dated bonds. Look at those things and look at what they say they are, and stay out of them because they're dangerous. People think that they're buying the dip right now, but they might have thought that because the bond market had the worst rout since the 1700s when this fucking country was founded. One would think, based upon that the bottom was in. I can't say it is. So I wouldn't buy long duration. There's a reason the Treasury is only printing shorter dated paper. All that means is like the really short stuff, right? Because there's no duration risk and they can keep rates from going crazy. So you got to remember that stuff. All right, but anyway, retail sales, I think it's actually still okay. One good thing. All right, Dallas Fed Manufacturing is experiencing its worst rout since the 2008 Great Financial Crisis. Oh, I posted this one yesterday. That's boring. You guys don't need to hear that again. You don't need to hear that again. I do have a new one. I evidently didn't get it in my bookmark list. I'm going to jump into it real quick, though, because it is kind of handy. So there's another thing I posted. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Sorry, I got to go this way. I don't know. I need to get better at bookmarking, or X is just fucking with me. I am not sure which. Oh, here we go. Yes. Okay, this is it. All right. The Dallas Fed Service Index is performing the worst it has since the Great Financial Crisis. Great. Another thing, right? So not just their manufacturing, but also the service sector. Thank you, Dave. I'll read that in a sec. Unless you include the pandemic, where everything was literally fucking closed. So one could say that the service sector, and this is what everybody keeps saying, they're saying that the service sector is inflationary and there's so much demand in the service sector and it's causing all these problems with inflation. But the data tells us the service sector is having its worst rout since the Great Financial Crisis, outside of that crazy time where we just shut everything down. So, and even then, I mean, that was a big drop, but then it just went back. We've been doing this for years. Like, this has been in the dumps for years for the Dallas Fed. Not great. Not super great. Anyway, let's look at more economic data. So the big thing I think that sent the market spiraling today, there's a few things, right? Let's actually jump into something else real quick. So let's look at the yen, and then we'll jump back over to this. So the yen was climbing earlier in the day and getting really close to breaking through its 1990 levels and going back to the 1986. That was scary because the dollar's been showing too much strength. If we look at the dollar real quick, let's just do that. Where did I put my dollar? Dollar. There we go. All right. If we look at the dollar, it closed up 0.61%. That sucks, right? That puts pressure on the Chinese yuan. That puts pressure on the Russian ruble. And really every other fucking currency on earth. So not super great. Let's look at oil real quick. Oil actually fell today. You know what's disinflationary? You know what creates deflation, guys? Fear. Because everybody thinks nobody's going to buy oil if the economy is failing. It's a great way to get the price of oil down. And I would argue that we have a left shoulder, a head, and now a perfect right shoulder. And the measured move for this downward move, if it proved to be true, if we just go to the deepest of the candle wick here, or I should say the candle body and not the wick, and then we just kind of call it out over here, it could test the upper 70s. That's what this is telling me right now. Okay. And that would actually give the Fed a good reason to lower rates. Isn't it funny how all this stuff works? All these things are interconnected. And just like Tesla, the narrative last week before earnings that Tesla was just a dying company and you were an idiot to invest in it, and that turned on a dime. And then evidently today it turned on another dime. We'll talk about all the Tesla news in a little bit. But look at this. Look at this. Oil's going down. And it's not just oil, guys. Let's look at the ag sector today and see what happened there, okay? Let me sort by the ag sector here. It's devastated if you're a cotton farmer. Coffee finally coming down. Cocoa coming down off of a crazy run. Potatoes coming down. Sugar coming down. Palm oil. There's massive fear. And it's not even just here. It's in other sectors too, like industrial. You're starting to see some pain. You still got a few that are performing all right. But you're starting to see fear, commodity-related fear. And so gold today down 1.81%. Silver down 3% today. That's a huge move for these. So prices are going down, which means it's more likely that the Fed could lower rates. I'm just going to throw it out there. Now, the CME doesn't think that. July only has a 23% now chance of lowering rates. So their perception of what, and my perception, aren't in alignment, but they haven't been that way for a while. Today is kind of funny. So the fear index is 41. I think yesterday it was 42. Do you guys feel like there's more fear today? I feel like it's a significant amount of fear in the market today versus yesterday. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, Starbucks down almost 9%. Good stuff. If that's what I think it is, it's actually a good sign. And I'll explain why later. Dave said, hey, Jesse, please can you take a look into Saber software? I will do that before I'm done, my friend. I will do that. Thank you for the tip. You got a guarantee on that, okay? All right. But what else we got? Okay, so the market kind of dipped today too because of employment cost data, right? For benefits, wages, and the overall index. All of them came in higher than was forecast. That's not good. So, but I will argue this. I will argue this is just like the PCE index and the fact that the prices were higher on that and on a quarter-over-quarter basis, and the majority of that was January and February. I'm going to make that same argument here, okay? So I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I'm just saying I don't think it's real, which I guess is kind of the same thing. Redbook year over year. Again, my buddy Seth already posted that one. It's good. And if you read it here, just so I can be clear on what I'm reading, on what it is. So the United States Redbook Index is the Johnson Redbook Index, is a sales-weighted year-over-year same-store sales growth in a sample of large U.S. general merchandise retailers representing about 9,000 stores. Same-store sales are sales in stores continuously open for 12 months or longer. By dollar value, the index represents 80% of the equivalent of official retail sales series collected and published by the U.S. Department of Commerce. Redbook compiles the index by collecting and interpreting performance estimates from retailers. The index and its subgroups are sales-weighted aggregates of these estimates. Weeks are retail weeks. Sunday to Saturday are equally weighted within the month. So the whole point here is that again, this is a pretty decent sampling of retail sales, and it looks strong. Now, that's good, but there's all this other data that doesn't look great. Chicago PMI, Purchase Managers Index, 37.9 out of 44. Home Price Index, home prices are going up. I've said this before, guys. High rates are inflationary with fucking homes. You want to know why? It sounds counterintuitive. It sounds like it shouldn't be that way, right? But if rates are high and existing home sales, which make up the majority of the market, are not happening, 75, 80% of the market isn't happening anymore, then only new homes can happen. And they're not spinning them up quick enough to be able to handle demand. So prices will keep going up. So the fact that we aren't lowering rates to open up that market is making the prices go up. So not only does the federal government have issues where they're spending over $600 billion more a year than they were before the pandemic on interest expense that is unsustainable. But on top of that, we have problems like this. We have commercial real estate frozen. We've got the residential market frozen. And there's no natural price discovery. And so you're seeing, at least in residential, commercial's a different thing, residential prices are going up, and it's fucking insane. And that's just going to cause more problems because then we have higher taxes, we have higher insurance, we have higher appraisals that are going to be happening for these things, higher rents, right? If you're building a big apartment complex and it costs you more to build it because of higher rates, and potentially you've had higher expenses over a period of time because a lot of that, it's not like the prices have went down since the pandemic. The rate of inflation might have went down to a sustainable level, but the prices aren't going to go down. So everything is fucking more expensive, and that's going to make the rent more expensive. So you're actually making inflation worse by keeping rates up. I don't know how many times I have to say this to people, but even really smart people don't seem to understand this fucking concept, and it blows my mind. But we need, if we want the home market to get better, if we want commercial real estate to get better, if we want the economy to get better, if we want the stock market to get better, if we want to be able to make our debt more serviceable, rates have to come down, just like Starbucks' price. Down 10% now. All right, let's keep going. All right, so let me see here. Home price index, again, down 7% year over year. It's 5.9, so it's showing strength. Actually, in the home price index, again, just because high rates cause inflation with housing right now, because it's weird. Chicago PMI sucked. Again, 44 out of 37.9. Let's just look at this chart real quick. Steady decline since November of 2023. Some of the lowest numbers we've seen since that time, and really since May of 2020. So, and if we go back even further on the Chicago Purchase Managers Index, again, like we're near some of the lows of the lows of the lows. So, preferably, we don't let this get much lower. I think that would be a good idea, guys. I think we should go with it. Consumer confidence. People are less confident. Who knew? That'll happen. I can tell you this. If Biden wants to get reelected, he's going to have a conversation with our boy Papa Powell. And he's going to have to ask him to lower the rates. So, pretty sure that's happening, guys. I don't know if you know this, but the Fed is basically like 90% liberal. So, probably going to happen. Just saying. It's politics, right? That's how it works. Both sides. All right. That's the fun stuff. Now that we're done with that, I'm going to try and look at chat a little bit here. Derek, how low do you think Tesla pullback will go? Great question. We should figure that out. Let's look at, you know what? Let's do this. We'll just, I'll segue for a second into Tesla. Let's do Tesla. All right. A couple things with Tesla. Let's talk about the news, and then we'll look at the chart while Starbucks bleeds. Oh, only down 9% now. Yay. All right. And this was up today in the market. Funny. All right. So Tesla, there's rumors that might be real, where that Elon has got a wild hair up his ass and he is firing a bunch more fucking people. How do I feel about this? I think it's the right move for the company and for the stock if he's doing this. I don't know about the supercharger team. Maybe get rid of 80% of them. Because if we are going towards a recession, be prudent, work on those margins with FSD, keep building vehicles at whatever pace you can generate them. But they built so many superchargers all around the world. There's so many more than when I bought my car 3 years ago. They could just coast for a little bit. But it also, I don't know how true this part of the rumor is because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me from a financial standpoint and an incentive standpoint. You might not be able to sell cars, but you can sell chargers to the government because they're incentivizing them. So I don't feel like the whole supercharger team should have been fired. And if they have been fired, I don't understand it. And I need to understand that part. But outside of that, I do believe another 10% round of layoffs. Fuck it. Do it. I hate that. I hate to say that because it's real people, right? People that have probably love this company or at least have some dedication to them. Usually the bottom 10%, those people kind of suck. You can probably let them go. But once you get into the bottom 20, you're probably picking out some good people. So if that happens and if it's true, I think it sucks for those people, but I think it's good for the company, and I'm positive about that. Now, Adam Jonas, he's okay. He's pretty good, actually. He's been using Tesla FSD 12.3 heavily. And says it's a pleasure to use and reduces fatigue. He says more data transparency will lead to advancing deployment. Yeah, I don't know what he means by that. But I do think more data will lead to deployment faux show. So that's good. I practiced this today. This was great. My car parked itself. I can't believe it can fucking do that now. In a couple of months, it's probably going to be able to back up out of my driveway, which I can't wait for. That's going to be cool. I got a long driveway, so I'm excited to see that. But I have the version that employees had just like last week. They just got it last week, and now I have it already. It's not perfect. It's pretty great, though. Today I drove like, 15, 20 miles, one intervention. But that was in a state park where the road really wasn't well defined. So I can't say a lot about that, right? Now, Tesla. Korea looks like they're getting a software upgrade tab for full self-driving. Isn't that cool? That's new. So we got China potentially happening. And then we have, and I think it's going to happen, honestly. I think it's going to happen. Elon has a request about being able to send the data back to the United States. Data that isn't specific to like users and doesn't pick up anything that the Chinese government really needs to be worried about. He's requested to do that, but I don't know if the Chinese government's going to allow it. But I think Elon's going along with this either way, guys. Like either way, he's going to do it. It's fucking money, right? Whether we get to see all the data and use it to educate the product to make it better, the overall product, including the U.S. product, right? These things are going to be siloed data centers. I don't know if we'll get that, but it doesn't really fucking matter. So whatever. All right, Tesla. I said, turns out Tesla's the king of EVs and autonomy. No one is even close. And I tagged Ford, right? Because Kelly was nice enough, self-made mastery. Love her. She's dating Amit, who I also love. Good dude. She said Ford lost $130,000 on each Mach-E they sold last quarter. That makes Rivian look good. This is a $1.3 billion total loss on approximately 10,000 units sold. This is traditional auto, guys. They're all fucked. And 490 plus EV makers in China, all fucked. All fucked. And here's what's great about that is Tesla can build out battery systems, superchargers that the governments will pay for, but battery systems, megapacks that they have years and years of demand for, that they'll be able to get the batteries and or lithium for nothing because there is no demand from any other company in the fucking world right now. It's just going to be Tesla. Maybe BYD. The rest are dead. Almost all of them. A couple of other Chinese EV makers that'll make it. No, NIO is not one of them. NIO will not make it. I don't know how to keep telling people this. I wanted to post this. Now, I'm going to pull up Tesla's price in a second, but I wanted to show this. So I said it's crazy, actually, how strong Tesla is today. Because we hit the 100. We went up. Were resilient most of the day, then started to come down with the rumors of all these mass layoffs, which is crazy because that would actually be a positive thing. But some people wanted to freak about it, whatever. Now the stock, again, we closed down 5.55. After hours were 0.79. Could we close this gap tomorrow? Sure. I'd be happy from a technical standpoint if we did. Maybe we go to 172. I don't fucking care, guys. The signal's already there. Tesla is the company you want to own. Don't get caught up. Here, you know what's great about today, guys? You know what's great about me losing $370,000 today? That's less money that I have to lose because it's dropped. It's less downside risk. It's actually a positive if you think about it. So reframe your brain. There's a comment from Danny Marquez, I think it is. I want to show too that you guys have to see. Oh, I hate this. I hate it. TradingView. Stop doing this, man. It's the same fucking. It's me, bro. But anyway, so we could drop, but I don't know if we will. We shouldn't. We shouldn't drop. Could we drop? Sure. I don't know. All right, real quickly though, before I get too deep down the rabbit hole, we need to take a step back. We need to see the blood and the carnage. Okay. How bad was it today? I'd say pretty bad. I'd say pretty bad. PayPal was in here. It was green. If you were a PayPal and what was it? Eli Lilly, you had a good day. Everybody else just like, what? So just keep things in perspective. It was a broad market decline, okay? Everybody's scared about what the Fed's going to do tomorrow. That's literally it. And there's some conversations too from the Treasury tomorrow. That will be a thing, and I'll be talking about that. And then we got MicroStrategy coming the next couple of days, guys. It's going to be awesome. They're going to have their convention. I can't wait for it. Thank you to the 440 people that are here. If I could ask you a kindness, if you could hit the like, I promise to be dedicated towards you guys and work hard and give you everything I can give you. I can't always promise to be right. I find it hard to be perfect. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm trying, but I haven't figured out anybody that's perfect. But I will say this, that the S&P today, it might find a little bit of a bounce. Or maybe we overextend down here to the 100. It's hard to know, right? It's all dependent upon the Fed. I think that Papa Powell is going to be very chill tomorrow. I don't think he's going to be a hawk at all. If I'm wrong, you guys can just shit all over me. I'm okay with that. NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ lost support today. It was down 1.92%. Pretty big hit underneath the 100. Not a great sign when you're underneath all the local volume. So, again, could we get just crushed tomorrow? Sure. It can happen. And here's the thing. If the Fed is hawkish tomorrow, I haven't really talked about that. Maybe I should. I don't think they will be, right? If they are, fuck, the market is going down in a big way. I don't think that's going to happen, but, think about it. Also, but you can see a volume shelf over here, but that's a really far drop. It's like a 3% drop. So if that happens tomorrow, I don't know. From a technical standpoint, it would not be great. It's technical damage, okay? I don't want to see it. I still, honestly, I think we're melting up. I'm sticking with that. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. I know why some people might think we're not going to. I get that, but I don't think it's real. Russell actually did all right. It did just about as bad as the NASDAQ, which is pretty amazing. And it is above the 200, the 100, and the 50 moving average on the weekly. From a technical level, this is still actually pretty decent. And I guess that was on the daily. I should be fair. Let me jump over. So we're above everything on the weekly here with the NASDAQ. But in actuality, though, the Russell is the thing that hasn't went anywhere for a long time, for years, right? So I have to use the weekly on those, because if you look over here, I mean, everything is so tight. It's just crazy on the daily. So again, I don't know. The Russell looks like it wants to bounce. Honestly, it doesn't look like it's in a dangerous spot at all. The NASDAQ, if I dial out, doesn't look great, but if you look down at the RSI at the bottom of the chart here, it already hit oversold conditions and looks like it wants to bounce. So I think tomorrow we end up bouncing. That's what I'm sticking with. And if I'm wrong, laugh at me, guys. Give me a hard time. Real quickly, I just wanted to laugh at the gold, because I don't like gold. Don't get me wrong. I want my Robinhood gold card. It's not that I hate gold. I just think it's a shitty store of value going into this next century, right? So this is a horrible wick. And we're about to close it on a monthly time frame. Gold is up less than 20%, 19% from 2011. And we have this horrific candle that it looks like it's going to close, right? Not a lot of days left in the month. So this is not a good look for gold, down 2% on the day, okay? So pay attention to that. Now, I do want to let's look at that MOVE index real quick, because we want to get an eye on the bond market. Bond market went up just a tick over the last week, but today, I mean, not a lot. Found a little bit of support. We don't want the, or I should say the MOVE index to go up. This is the bond volatility index. We don't want that to happen. If that happens, that's going to suck for the stock market. We don't want people rushing into bonds. We don't want Japan to sell their bonds to try and save their currency. We don't want any of these things to happen. And I don't think that we're going there. All right, real quick. I got to roll through let's roll through the crypto scene, and then we'll roll through my stocks. That I want to make sure we get all this stuff done. And then after the earnings call, and we might bail early on it, I just need to find out what's going on with China, the international market, and the management's current consensus on what's happening here in the States. Because coffee, $5, $6, whatever the fuck they are now, coffees. I never pay attention when I buy it. I love Starbucks. I love the coffee, actually. But they get crushed. They get absolutely fucking destroyed during bad economies. And so This is going to be a canary in the coal mine, and I need to see this canary and see if it's fucking dead. And I'll talk more about like why that might be a good thing. What did the dollar do today? It went up. It went up against everything. I did that earlier. So the dollar went up against the Japanese yen, the won, the ruble, everything. But the yen actually recovered some. It didn't break through its 1990 highs or lows, I should say, and it didn't go to 1986. But the dollar was strong today. It was up like 0.5%. All right, let's keep going. Anyway, let me get through the rest of my stuff. So Bitcoin magically has went right to my support level. So I'm either going to be a monkey's uncle or Bitcoin is going to hit this and then we'll bounce because we get friendly Fed Powell tomorrow. So if that does not happen, I had posted about this earlier, we could drop down to the 57 range all the way down to the 52, 53 range where we have another peak in volume. That would only be a 30% drop. Not super crazy. Now that could be punishing to the crypto markets. So shit coins, more MicroStrategy pain. Even though MicroStrategy, I gotta say, if you're looking for an entry into something that can give you a 2x multiplier versus what Bitcoin does, but you don't have theta decay from like options and shit like that, this is looking really yummy because it's an $18 billion valuation right now, and they've got about 14.5 billion in Bitcoin from the drop today. Yeah, it's over 14. So it's getting much more close. The premium is getting sucked out like hard. It's down 47%. It's almost lost half its value, right? If I get a pop like in a PayPal or a Tesla and they do really good and MicroStrategy and crypto are getting like destroyed, I will be buying the shit out of MicroStrategy, especially if it goes sub 1,000, because that means the premium is like literally gone. Especially if we got down to like the 700s, the premium would be completely gone. We might actually be at a discount, and this thing like a rubber band will make people rich. So I would look to put a bunch into it. Quickly, we have 24 minutes right now until the earnings call. I'm going to jump to the rest of Bitcoin miners. Let's get this out of the way. We'll get the stock out of the way. I'll probably take just a super short intermission because earlier in the day, people were making fun of me because I left the PayPal call to go pee, but I was not. I brought coffee. I had the receipts, but this time will be because I have to pee. So, all right, Mara, just underneath the 200, sucks for them right now. It could drop to 14. Let's just be real. It could drop to the 100 and the 12s. Could just get fucked. All the miners are this way. They could all get fucked. CleanSpark. CleanSpark chopping down underneath volume. But again, if I'm right about what happens with Powell tomorrow, we'd have a swift recovery. So we're on a knife's edge, guys. You got to realize CleanSpark is only up 981% from the very bottom, and it was up 1,500%. Quite the diff. But yeah, so it's down a decent amount. It was down as far as 45%, and it could go there again. I mean, it could go to 14, guys. Could go a little further. I mean, we got a gap over here at 10. Why the fuck not? I mean, I'm kind of being sarcastic, but I mean, shit happens. It could happen. Cypher. So again, if Papa Powell is hawkish tomorrow, fuck. Shit is melting. Now, Cypher could go to 3, or it could bounce. All of them look this way. Let's skip that. Let's go to PayPal real quick. And you know what? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'm doing my pee break right now. I'm going to hold a little bit of my dignity, though, and I'm going to hide my camera. So give me 1 second, and I will be right back. Thank you to the 460. While I'm gone, hit the like and maybe throw out some comments. And I'm back. All right, let me turn my camera on. I don't think it's good to wear a compression shirt when you're almost 47 and you've drank a bunch of coffee. I think it just squeezes you out. It's like a lemon squeeze. Anyway, all right, here we go. And plus, I'm just old. It's probably my prostate too, right? Like, fuck it. Where was I at? I got through the miners. PayPal. Oh, yeah. You know what I want to do? So we talked about Tesla. We got the Tesla. I think we got all the Tesla. Let me just make sure we didn't miss any Tesla. Yeah, we got the Tesla. We got the Tesla. All right, so let's go to PayPal. A number of things I wanted to cover real quick while Starbucks bleeds out down 11% on the day. And again, we're going to be doing that in 20 minutes. So my friend Derek Quick, he's a brilliant guy. He just said PayPal has $17.7 billion bought back, 1.5 billion in shares, and looks to buy at least 5 billion this year. I think it'll break $6. They're buying at almost below 60 average, or $60 average of 2017 lows. Bullish guidance. No reason PayPal should be under $100 by the summer. I actually agree with that. The only way that changes is if the world is falling apart, and that can happen. I just don't think it's remotely probable right now. Not yet. All right. So after the earnings call, again, like some people freak out right away about the price, right? But it did fucking close green today, which for PayPal is pretty good because PayPal has kind of had a history of not closing green, right? But Alex Chris did great. And some people were saying they were missing, but that's bullshit because they just changed the way they're reporting some of their stock-based comp. They didn't miss on any level. They crushed it, okay? PayPal did great. And if you want to see how great they did, watch the earnings call. It's actually really helpful to know if you own something, it's helpful to know what's said and done so that you actually have an understanding. And again, I posted a bunch of stuff with Crossroads here. He's really great for all the details. Here's a nice short summary. It says revenue up 9% to 7.7 billion. GAAP EPS up 18% to 0.83. Non-GAAP EPS up 27% to 108. 1.5 billion faster than 5 billion buybacks executed. It's just like everything is great. The call was great. Fastlane's great. They let us know that they might take a hit on margins if they can grow Fastlane, because Fastlane makes everything easier. They're working really hard on their complete payment solution. They're doing that because it's really 4 different products. And also they had their remittance. They said their Zoom remittance was like a dying product, dying every quarter. They're restarting that up and trying to turn that into a growth mechanism. And they're going to integrate that with PYUSD, their stable coin, which is awesome. They talked about how, there's so many good things. They talked about how DraftKings was using their fraud protection. They talked about how, 70% of customers doing PayPal Complete, and how they have the largest small business out of any payment processor like on earth. They've got so much data here, so many people. And on the consumer side with the app, they saw a 70% increase in weekly logins from some of the work that they've been doing. So they're seeing, and that helps because when people are logged in, they're more likely to move money. They're more likely to be buying stuff. They're more likely to be using the app. They did everything looks great. And they're trying to lean on their Venmo strength. They want to get people using the debit card. They said they got a 30% increase on people using the debit card in Q1. It's only 4% right now penetration. And so they see that as a huge TAM and a huge growth potential. And the more they can get people, when you start getting into people's debits, when you start getting into, where people just automatically use you as the payment option when they're going to buy something online, where it's easier on the phone to quickly be able to pay with the phone, all these things are removing friction and making it to where they can do a better job bringing in revenue. And so they're doing big things and little things. It's brilliant. Let's move on. I don't want to overdo it. All right, real quickly, Bitcoin. This is crazy. So Lightspark said, we're thrilled to announce that Coinbase is rolling out support for the Bitcoin Lightning Network powered by Lightspark. Coinbase customers can now instantly send, receive, or pay with the Bitcoin Lightning Network directly from their Coinbase account. That's fucking nuts, guys. This isn't even getting any press. This is like you being able to pay from your Bitcoin wallet without having to pay a fee. That's fucking awesome, right? Like this is a good thing for the Bitcoin network. You have to realize that. And this just isn't them announcing it. Coinbase had their own announcement too, right? So this is real. This is important stuff. People being able to spend their Bitcoin at retailers all around the world through Coinbase and not have to pay any fees. That's a big deal. Don't lose signal in the noise. Please to God. Adam Back. He's an OG. I love this guy. He retweets me every once in a while. He's like back into the days of Satoshi, okay? He's one of the original like cypherpunks. He's the shit. He said Hong Kong ETF first day was actually strong. He goes, it needs to be put in context. He said China AMC predicted greater than 125 million first day, which was hit. They hit 127 million. US ETF first day was 750 million, not 127 million, excluding BTC selling. So you have to include that as well. So it's a smaller number than the US, but at the same time, it's maybe a third. It's not horrible. And it says, however, the US ETF's market size is 6,500 billion, while Hong Kong's ETF market size is 50 billion. So 130x smaller. So the numbers were actually fucking great for Hong Kong. It's just a much smaller market, right? So if anything, it tells us there's probably mainlanders trying to get their fucking money off the mainland because there's too much volume. It's just, I think people in the US didn't understand that. We didn't understand what the size of the ETF market was there. Even brilliant people like Eric and some of these, Eric Balkamis or whatever, some of these people that follow ETFs and gave us all the good information on the ones in the States, I don't think they realize the size difference in the markets. So, I mean, nuance gets missed all the time, right? All right, Vivek pointed out, Bitcoin's growing faster than the internet. The internet. I remember the internet because people used to make fun of it. I remember Bill Gates being on the David Letterman show trying to explain to him why the internet was so important and why people would use that to listen to a baseball game and how it was better because you could listen to it at any point in time. And he laughed at him and mocked him because the internet was so fucking stupid. If you're somebody who thinks that, oh, and let me fix my feed down here in Starbucks. If you're somebody that thinks that Bitcoin is stupid, you're going to find out it's the fucking internet on crack. So, good luck to you. Dylan LeClaire, good dude. I like Dylan. He saved a lot of people money when all the different exchanges were crashing a year and a half ago. He saved me at least 6 figures. So we love Dylan. He's got attitude like me, so that's a problem. But said NASDAQ listed Alliance Resources, ARLP, a $2.8 billion coal mining company, is mining Bitcoin officially. Currently holds 425 BTC on its balance sheet. I think this is actually from a little while ago, but I just wanted to reiterate it. It's super important to realize that there's a bunch of companies getting ready to do this. It's also a perfect segue into this part that I'm getting ready to talk about. Michael Saylor and former PayPal president David Marcus will speak at the 4th annual Bitcoin for Corporations in just 2 days. This is the thing I'm trying to get myself into. I want to see if I can live broadcast some of this or at least give you guys some highlights, okay? So the MicroStrategy is holding a conference. The leading Fortune 1000 companies will be in attendance, and they're telling them why they should buy Bitcoin and put it on their fucking balance sheet, and which companies already have because they're smarter than them. This will be a catalyst. It might not be instantaneous because everything takes a long time with CFOs and just large corporations, but you're going to see a wave of companies coming in because of the change in FASB accounting rules. Mark my fucking words, it's coming. All right, let's move to other tickers. Hood. Let's get through the rest of these. We got about 11 minutes, and then the conference call is going to start. So I am on time, unlike that other guy, Tanner. I don't know if any of you guys follow Tanner. Never on time for anything. I heard he was late to Jamaica. Ridiculous. His fiance. I don't know how she stands him. Anyway, we could drop more. I know that's depressing on Hood. We could. Why could we? Because if you look at it on the daily time frame, it just screams of like maybe a shoulder, maybe a head, maybe a shoulder dropping. And we don't have really a big volume support until the 14 range. So, I mean, that sucks. I'm sorry. It's treated like a crypto. SoFi. SoFi, I think, actually did really great today. I'm just going to throw it out there. It wicked down pretty hard, right? Like, it didn't do great all the day. It's underneath this now, so this is technically a resistance zone. But it only dropped 3.76% because it was utterly butchered the day before. So, and it bounced. We got a wick. We got a wick, guys. I mean, it's down 0.74% in after hours, but it's still a wick. So if anything looks bouncy, it's probably SoFi right now. But people are scared of banks and digital banks. Ooh, scary stuff. So I don't think SoFi is getting a lot of love right now. But I did buy $50,000 worth yesterday, I think. 40,000? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, Square, still down 76%, down 3% today. I don't know. It actually didn't do too bad. It fared really well too. Palantir down 3.77. No technical damage on this. Such a massive tweezer bottom, plus earnings are coming up. It was down, but I mean, it looks like it wants to bounce. ARCG, how did ARCG do? Not too bad, really. Down 2.47. That could be way worse. So this one's still looking strong. Flux actually did pretty good today. Again, I sold a little bit. I think it was it might have been 15%. That's probably right. But this thing is still down 80%. I just don't have as high of conviction in Flux as I do MicroStrategy being able to really bounce and have an asymmetric opportunity. So, but I also didn't want to sell my Flux because I think that they are going to have a turnaround moment. So I just nibbled on it. So no real trades today, nothing too exciting. I think that's it. Let's check the 2-year real quick. Let's look at the put call ratio. We got 9 minutes. I might actually look up a couple of your guys' stocks, guys, and try and get caught up hey, well, Frenchie, love you, man. Intelligent computing. I thought you were short Starbucks. I was, but I got rid of it. I got rid of it because I got super fucking bullish on markets and I threw it in. So, I mean, technically, I don't really have any insurance. We'll see how smart that is. Might not be smart. I'm willing to place that bet, though. I mean, I did, right? All right, so the 2-year bond, over 5%. Don't love it. Don't love this, right? This is where we're seeing the stress right now, is in the 2-year. It's not great for markets. We want to see this come down. I think it will come down, but we want to see it come down. So, not a great sign. All right, I think that's it. Let's go to your guys' picks, and we'll see if we can get through some stuff here before we jump into the Starbucks call. Also, you know what I should do real quick before we do that, though? Just for a cleaner break. I'm going to jump over here. 1 second here. Let me see. Oh, why is it asking for registration? 1 second. Somehow they've kicked me out. Let me put in my information. I just don't want to show you all my information because there's some creepy motherfuckers out there. I had a experience a little over a year ago where somebody was messaging my wife on Facebook about me being a fraud. She confirmed to him that I was not a fraud, which was nice. You know, you got to do that every once in a while, evidently. I had a post like that today. But, yeah. Anyway, she told him I wasn't a fraud. Then he apologized for it. But I was pretty fucking creeped out. I'm not going to lie. Hanging out on a Friday. Oh, I got to mute this shit. Fuck it. Okay, it's muted. All right, I just want to make sure. I don't want to miss the call. And so I muted that real quick. And I'm going to go back to the releases. I just want to see if we have our financial data yet. I couldn't find it earlier. So I was waiting. Oh, and we do have a PDF. We should probably look at this. We should probably look at it. See what it has to. Oh, God, it's just fucking. They don't even have a pretty one. Oh, so painful. Why do people do this? Why do companies do this in this fucking day and age? Nobody wants to read this shit. I will, though. Do they have any pretty slides? Can you give us pictures, guys? That's what we like. That's so hard. All right. I'm too lazy to read audibly. So we're going to cheat. And I'll show you how I do that. I have this little button up here.
Exhibit 99.1 Starbucks reports Q2 fiscal 2024 results. Q2 consolidated net revenues down 2% to $8.6 billion, driven by a complex operating environment. Q2 GAAP and non-GAAP EPS of 68 cents. Long Term strategy remains intact. Q2 active U.S. Starbucks registered sign rewards membership totals 32.8 million, up 6% over prior year. Seattle, April 30th, 2024. Starbucks Corporation, NASDAQ, SBUX, today reported financial results for its 13-week fiscal second quarter ended March 31st, 2024. GAAP results in fiscal 2024 and fiscal 2023 include items that are excluded from non-GAAP results. Please refer to the reconciliation of GAAP measures to non-GAAP measures at the end of this release for more information.
Jesus Christ. I can't even listen to the computer read it. It's so much fucking pain. Let's see if there's anything we care about. GAAP operating margin contracted 250 basis points. Deleveraged. Lapping the gain on sales of Seattle's best coffee brand, as well as higher general administrative costs and primarily in support of reinvention. Starbucks is reinventing? Interesting. Thanks to Jesse, I'll be able to get a brand new one. Fuck yeah, dude. Glad to hear it. Get all the new things. This decline was partially offset by pricing and in-store operational efficiencies. Isn't that nice? Blah, 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 blah. Starbucks rewards loyalty program, 90-day active members in the U.S. Total 32.8 million, up 6% year over year. That loyalty reward program is probably one of like the better things going on with Starbucks. It's like they get free money. Company update. Fiscal financial targets. In February, a $2 million bond was... Okay, this might be semi-interesting, and then we'll see if they start talking. The company will discuss financial 2024 targets. The company will discuss fiscal year 2024 financial targets during its Q2 full year 2024 earnings conference call starting today at 2 p.m. Pacific time or 4 p.m. Central. These items can be accessed in the company's investor relations website during and after the call. The company uses this website as a tool to disclose information. No shit. Company update. In February, the company executed a $2 billion bond issuance. The company intends to use the net proceeds. I don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. I'm just going to do this. We're going to look up the word China. Where the fuck is China? China supplemental data. Revenues down 8%. Store count up. Do they really have 7,100 stores now? I thought we hadn't broke the 4,000s. So Starbucks is utterly fucked if I'm right about China. If I'm right about China, Starbucks is just fucked. Because they've got to be like, that's got to put them closer to 40% of revenues coming from overseas. I don't know. I'll have to listen to the call. That's fascinating. What else we got? Any other references to China? China. Where is it? Where's China? China. I'm trying to see. I never use this. Oh, there we go. Highlight all. There we go. That's all the stuff I care about. International comparable store sales declined 6%, driven by 3% decline in both comparable transactions and average ticket. China comparable store sales declined 11%, driven by an 8% decline in average ticket. So people are spending less and there's less people coming. At the end of Q2, stores in the U.S. and China comprised 61% of the company's global portfolio. So 39% of the global portfolio is not in China or the U.S. Shit. They've really been expanding overseas. With 16,600 and 7,093 stores in the U.S. and China, respectively. So China has 7,100 stores. That is such a fucking stupid idea. You know what we should do, guys? We should be a really expensive coffee company and then expand into China aggressively at one of the worst economic times they've been experiencing. I might have to fucking open up some shorts again. I'm just going to have to wait until people get optimistic and hopefully before Starbucks just completely fucking falls off a cliff. And if you guys haven't seen my thesis on Starbucks, let's make sure they haven't started. Default theme, green and gold. High contrast. Custom. All right, we'll stick with default. Am I picking stuff here? What is this fucking archaic shit? Jesus. Ugh. Oh, this is just the captions. Whatever. All right, that's stupid. So yeah, Starbucks during economic downturns, if you look at 2008, the stock could drop 70, 80% easily. 90% with 7,100 stores in China, maybe. Oh, and Luckin Coffee is just a ripoff of Starbucks. They literally just steal everything. And it's cheaper. So if you're in China and you're losing your fucking job, which one are you going to spend money on? You might not even go to Luckin Coffee. You sure as fuck aren't going to Starbucks. So stupid. So stupid. See, are there any other references I need to care about? Did I get highlight all? I thought I had that on. Highlight all. Anyway, I think we got the bulk of what we were going to get out of this. I don't care about the rest of it. We'll be able to see the representation of that better anyway. I don't know if it's updated yet. Let me see. If this one's updated for Q1. Yes, it is. Alejandro is a badass. So you can see the drop in revenue. This is why I was shorting these guys. I should have kept shorting them. You can see net income dropping. You can see debt. Debt is super fucking high. It's $23.7 billion. Starbucks could go bankrupt. I need you to understand that. If we have an event where things get bad, Starbucks can go fucking bankrupt. So if things get scary, I'm probably looking at going back into my puts, and I'll make a members only video that refreshes that, my position and what I'm looking to do. Because this is fucked. This is not great. And so they've got expectations of making more money. Cool. But they also didn't expect to lose in Q1, I don't believe. And you know what, though? Let's be fair. Q1 is, let me just look here, kind of a flat quarter. So let's see how Q2 does. And let's see. Powell would lower rates before Starbucks goes bankrupt. I think he would too. Now, they've been buying back, insiders have been buying back their stock. I don't know if that's short or smart. I was looking at short interest. I don't know if that's a smart thing to do, though. I really can't say it is. Stock-based comp is making up a larger percentage. It's only 2%. Starbucks, a government bailout. I mean, things are pretty crazy. So who fucking knows anymore? They are on like every block. So that's a lot of boats. All right. Anyway, I got a feeling Starbucks is going to slow down on their stock buyback. I really do. All right. Oh, hey, we're going. Let's go. Rock and roll, guys.
Chief Executive Officer of Starbucks North America. This conference call will include forward-looking statements which are subject to various risks and uncertainties that could cause our actual results to differ materially from these statements. Any such statements should be considered in conjunction with cautionary statements in our earnings release and risk factors discussed in our filings with the SEC, including our latest annual report on Form 10-K and quarterly report on Form 10-Q. Starbucks assumes no obligation to update any of these forward-looking statements or information. GAAP results in second quarter fiscal year 2024 and the comparative period include several items related to strategic actions, including restructuring and impairment charges, transaction and integration costs, and other items. These items are excluded from our non-GAAP results. All numbers referenced on today's call are on a non-GAAP basis unless otherwise noted, or there is no non-GAAP adjustment related to the metric. As part of our non-GAAP results...
Hey guys, can you tell me, did I just mute? Do you hear anything coming from the call right now? I'm just trying to test something. Let me know if you don't hear the conference call anymore. Can somebody confirm that? I know we have a slight delay. Okay, perfect. Okay, sweet. I'm just trying to make sure it works that way. I really care about this call right now in regard to China. So the second I get what I need, I'm out, probably, okay? But I'll throw up a vote and see how interested you guys are in sticking around before I do it, okay?
Conference call is being webcast, and an archive of the webcast will be available on our website through Friday, June 14th, 2024. Also, for calendar planning purposes, please note that our third quarter fiscal year 2024 earnings conference call has tentatively been scheduled for Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. And with that, I'll now turn the call over to Lakshman.
Thank you, Tiffany, and thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Let me be clear from the beginning. Our performance this quarter was disappointing and did not meet our expectations. Our Q2 total company revenue was $8.6 billion, down 1% year over year. Our global comparable store sales declined 4% year over year, driven by a negative 3% comp growth in North America, led by declining traffic and a negative 11% comp growth in China. Our global operating margins contracted by 140 basis points to 12.8%, and our overall earnings per share declined by 7% to 68 cents. While these results do not reflect our strengths, our capabilities, or the opportunities ahead, we confront these challenges from a position of enduring strength. We have led the industry for more than 50 years because we have built a different kind of company, one that exceeds our partner expectations, one that delivers a distinctive and unique experience for our customers, and one anchored in the love and craft of coffee. As a result, our worldwide brand equity remains resilient and strong. Our leadership in coffee remains unmatched. Our global base of customers remains loyal. Our experiences are differentiated and elevated. Our partners are talented and engaged. Our forward-looking product pipeline is highly appealing. Our distinctive store development capability continues to perform incredibly well. Our network of stores is healthy and robust. Our stores are executing better than ever with a stronger operating foundation. Overall, partner engagement is very strong. Our triple shot with two pumps reinvention strategy continues to deliver, and our possibilities as a company remain limitless. Still, we face a challenging operating environment. Headwinds discussed last quarter have continued. In a number of key markets, we continue to feel the impact of a more cautious consumer, particularly with our more occasional customer. And a deteriorating economic outlook has weighed on customer traffic, an impact felt broadly across the industry. In the U.S., severe weather impacted both our U.S. and total company comp by nearly 3% during the quarter. The remainder of our challenges were attributable to fewer visits from our more occasional customers. Turning elsewhere, we still see economic volatility in the Middle East, but we remain confident in the region's long-term growth opportunities. In China, we still see the effects of a slower than expected recovery, and we see fierce competition among value players in the market. But we are strengthening our premium position, and our team in China continues to execute with terrific rigor and heart as the market shakeout continues and as demand recovers and matures. None of these realities are excuses. Some, like weather, are transitory. Others, like a more cautious consumer, may persist longer. But much is within our control. There are three execution opportunities in our U.S. business I want to expand on. First, meet the demand we have across day parts to drive future growth. Second, launch even more exciting and relevant new products while maintaining our focus on core coffee-forward offerings. And third, reach and demonstrate more value for our occasional and non-Starbucks rewards customers. We understand how to do this, and we have what we need to deliver against our plans. So as we look to the second half of the fiscal year and beyond, we're accelerating our work on the underlying execution engines that power our business to realize these opportunities. Let me talk you through each. First, meet the demand we have in the U.S. across day parts. The morning day part is likely what you think of when you think of Starbucks. It is our peak and it represents about half our business. It's coffee forward, heavily routine based, and driven by strong loyalty. At our best, we bring in customers with distinctive coffee and a great experience. We convert them to Starbucks Rewards members. We build interest with new coffee innovations, and we encourage more frequent visits and food attach. But we currently have a challenge meeting our peak morning demand in the US. For example, more than 60% of our morning business in the US comes from Starbucks Rewards members who overwhelmingly order with a Starbucks app. What's interesting though, despite strong mobile order and pay sales, we saw a mid-teens % order incompletion rate within the order channel this past quarter. In other words, customers using MOP put items into their cart and sometimes chose not to complete their order, citing long wait times of product unavailability. Here lies opportunity. We're intensely focused and actively working on improving operational throughput by providing our partners with the right processes and tools, and on giving our customers a better sense of when their order will be ready. Rollout of our equipment-driven siren system is on track, but we're also fine-tuning the store processes that underpin this new equipment. We have been working for the past 6 months with the Toyota Production System Support Center to unlock additional capacity at our peak. And what we saw through store tests was a real near-term opportunity to fundamentally improve how we operate our stores. The Siren Craft system, as we're calling it, requires no capital. The technology solutions are relatively straightforward, and we are working to roll it out in North American stores over the coming months. In stores where we've used the Siren Craft system to optimize operations, we have already seen an increase in peak throughput, which we estimate to be worth nearly 1 comp point annually. The Siren Craft system also bolsters the highly incremental returns we expect from our equipment-driven siren systems as it is deployed in stores. Taken together, these new processes and new equipment systems act as complements and amplify efforts to unlock capacity at peak. Additionally, we are revamping and investing in our deep brew technology to improve wait time estimates and provide more transparency for customers. They are efforts we began last quarter and build on the many improvements we've made to the Starbucks app over the last 12 weeks, with introductions now on a 4-week upgrade cycle.
All right, I just don't like coffee that much. I'm sorry. It does sound, this guy could read audiobooks, maybe tell stories at night to his kids. Probably very entertaining to them. But, oh my God, I can't do the whole thing. So I got some data out of the written form, and I'll probably look at the transcript of this later and see if there was any more interesting detail that came out of the China side, and I'll post about it on X and let you guys know. But I can't do the whole thing with this guy. It's too much. Too fucking boring. All right. So, since I got done with my stuff, we're going to go into the part of the session here where we start paying attention to the chats that are coming up and doing stock requests to help answer questions that you guys might have. So the first one is from Cameron Dane Scott. He said, "Hi, Jesse. Thanks a bunch for all your hard work. If you get a chance, can you take a look at APLD?" And so that is what I will do. APLD. I do not have it. Let's make a copy. APLD. Right. Applied Digital Corporation. All right. This company has seen a decent amount of falling. Let's see here. It doesn't look great. I mean, it's trying to find support. Whether or not it can do that is the real question. Let me just jump over here, and we will pull it up here. I like to look. So if I look at a chart, it only tells me so much. I need to actually look at the financials and understand the value of the company or what it's valued at. Now, this one has a $332 million market cap, and they just lost 62 last quarter. So I want to say this one's shit. But let's just expand a little bit further. Operating expenses are not well scaled. They're in complete ramp down here in the corner. They're just going straight up. Some operating cash flow, for no free cash flow yet. Massive losses, lots of share dilution. I don't love that debt is higher than their assets. Let's see what their estimate looks like. Is a lot of growth. So they're in a growth phase, but they're saying their EPS is going to be positive. So this could be a turnaround play. That gets me more excited. Weird stuff on this one though. Like, did institutional ownership really drop from 65% to 6%? And is there really 26% short interest on this company? So here's what I get. We're seeing some strong promises in this company. And I'm probably going to cab this on my list. Oh, you know what? I just realized I got this thing down here too far. I need to adjust it. Just one sec. Let me adjust my screen here. Usually get this stuff in pre. There we go. Just to make it to where you're seeing it all right. All right. So they're making a lot of promises of future revenue, which is interesting. But and positive EPS, and like they're going to try and do the right things, and they're going to try and make money. If we look at activity here, we see that they were strong buyers going back to 2005. We need to look at the yearly on this. So we went to 2008. Yeah, okay. Let me look. So there is strong buying that occurred in 2022, right? And then there's been more buying than selling. That's all interesting. Let's look at the yearly though. I need to understand. So what the fuck happened with this company? It died. And then it came back to life. What is going on? 26. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta do research on this one. This one is weird as shit. I can't give you much from like a technical level. What? So this will be one that's on my list to try and figure the fuck out. Very strange looking though. If you have any additional detail, isn't Applied a hosting company that Mara ditched? Is it? Is that true? And do we know why? Yeah, I don't know. What's weird is their earnings are going up. The revenue is going, or I should say the revenue is going up. And it's what, 43 million? And so outside of this last quarter, that might have been some weird technical thing. They've got 208% year-over-year revenue growth and a forward PE of 55. The number's probably pretty broken, but I don't know enough about this. I can't give good answers. All right, Marty Cohen. Hello, Jesse. Please look at TMDX. I can do that. I'm probably going to start here. Oh, TransMedics. I think we looked at this one, didn't we? Is this on my list of ones to look at? TransMedics. It's a $3.1 billion valuation. They made $81 million. They took in $4 million this last quarter. The PE ratio is 263. Their estimates are just a little bit lower, so they had a really good growth spurt. Can't seem to keep that up, and we're negative EPS. I think I looked at this one the other day, and I don't love it because of the insanely high PE ratio of 263. So this company has to meet, and it's got more debt than assets. Its operating expenses are still climbing. They're diluting a little bit of shares, not a ton, just a little bit. But there's just a bunch of things on this. This isn't a good valuation, so it's hard for me to say that this is like something that you want to put money in. Did I do DLO? I don't think I did. Let's go back. It's a good call. I need to add it to my keyboard layout. I'll do that. My Stream Deck. So I just kind of dialed through my Stream Deck on the ones I commonly do, and I didn't have DLO in it. Down 2.34%. Looks like a little bottomy. And I mean, again, this one's kind of a nice one because there's just so much volume underneath of us. Worst case, maybe we go to 1380. That's not much further than where we're at. But for this thing to get to where it's been not even that long ago, we're looking at levels that, where is it right now? Right there. 57%. So that's just going back to September of 2023. And if we look back over here, so that's that fib. If we look back over into August, it was even higher. So if this company, by some miracle, got back to August levels, it's a 70% increase on it. And I own calls on that. So I get asymmetric 3 or 4x upside versus that 70%. So I could get 400% off of this. And if you look at their financials, it's not a bad company. This is like, it's not Mercado Libre, but it's a pretty decent play on Latin American e-commerce, in my opinion. It's 59% revenue growth year over year. It's a steady Eddie. I mean, it's a nice looking chart. It's not Mercado Libre, like I said, but like, look at this. These are good. These are good estimates for revenue and EPS. And if you look over here, it's the forward PE 17, and you're in a high growth market. I don't know. This seems cheap, and it seems like a good asymmetric bet, which is why I made a members only video about it. It's why I own it. I haven't added to it recently, but if Tesla and PayPal really start to take off again, I'm going to be divvying up some of that money into my other plays. So that's the plan. All right. Let me get to the others here. Please take a look at ODD, Marty Cohen. He's the same one that had TMDX. So hopefully you're not a starter pack member, because starter pack members, hi Ahmad, thank you for joining too. They get one stock, and then alpha male and female and whales, they get 2 for the alphas and 3 for the whales. So hopefully we're obeying all the rules. Just throwing it out there. I will not give you too hard of a time, but if I see people abusing it, I will. Oddity Tech. Oddity Tech down 66 or 62% in revenue. Massive decline in revenue. 2022 was 324, then it was 137. And now what are we even sitting at? 25. It could be even lower. This looks like a fucking train wreck. And but somehow money's coming back again. This is just the scariest looking revenue breakdown I've ever seen in a company. Everything is just so lopsided. It seems very unprofessional. $1.9 billion company. If you can tell me something about this on why it's worth my time, because this is crazy. How does everything shift from quarter to quarter? How do you go from having expenses of $92 million for your SG&A, which is like administrative and all that shit, down to $16 million in Q4? Did they shut down part of the company, like all of it? So I don't know. This isn't interesting to me. It looks like a fucking disaster. Lisa Marie, good day, Jesse. Watched your DLO video again. Would you please expand on why DLO was crushed in 2021 and why you believe in the current year will be good for that company and market? I was just there a second ago. Let me see something here. I don't know if I said crushed in 2021. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. But let's look at the yearly here. I wouldn't say crushed in 2021. They were birthed in it. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by crushed in 2021. I don't know if there's a specific part of the video. I mean, these guys are growing 59% year over year. I think this is a fucking great play. I think it's great. And there's lots of detail that Alejandro's got on here. Again, transaction payment volume, you can see the growth. You can see the pay-ins and payouts, revenue, just all the things that are driving this company. Net revenue retention could be better, but that's a lot of good info. And then if we look here, revenue by country, you can see the growth across the Latin American market. It's got the TPV breakdown. It's got the top 10 merchant revenue. It's got a lot of stuff in here. And again, just look at this operating leverage. This is beautiful. This is what you want to see out of a company. So as long as Latin America doesn't fall to shit, I actually think that DLO is still a great play. And it's why I haven't sold any and why I'm looking to add to it once I do really well with PayPal and Tesla, which I still expect to do. I'm going to buy Bitcoin shit, buy some DLO shit, stuff like that. All right, let me see. Anybody else have anything new? If Optimus takes over the supercharger installs, the world might freak out. Wouldn't that be funny? Probably a little early on that. Oh, I haven't ended the poll. Let me end the poll. How unprofessional of me. Close poll. All right, let's get through here. So Dallin B01110 says cake. I'm assuming you want me to look it up. You do have the $sign, so I won't give you too hard of a time. I'll give you both on here. Let's look at some cake. Cheesecake Factory. Oh, I've looked at this one before. It's got a PE of 11, but it's also like a restaurant, and that might be close to the norm. The money's like all over the place. They've been buying back shares. Their revenue growth was negative 2%. So, I mean, if you're not growing at all, kind of makes sense that it's boring. And again, just no real growth in this company at all. And if we look at the stock, let's see how cheesy this stock is. Ha ha. So bad. Actually felt bad about that one. All right. So, I mean, this is kind of looks like this, what I would expect a stock that is really going nowhere to do, which is go nowhere. It's down, it's up. It's down, it's up. It's down, it's up. I would expect more of that. Yo Jesse, scary end of the day, says Jesse Hart 05. Intelligent computing, what's with all the different market? Yeah, I had a technical YouTube video was weird today. JP Stowe, hey Jesse, what's up? Not sure why message disappeared on my phone right now. I don't know what you meant by that. Intelligent computing, are you sure it wasn't PBCAC error? I don't know what that means. Is that a joke? Is that an IT joke? Let me spell it out. What does it say? All right, whatever. Moving on. PBCAC. Oh. All right, nobody fire. Intelligent computing was laughing at his own joke, so I feel like it is some kind of technical or IT joke. Disease Kodak, yo, let's get it, Jesse. Red day, it was red. Intelligent computing, Zokes, SMUSA, hit the like. Yes, hit the like if you're here, please. That's a courteous thing to do. Hey, Jesse and crew, your mic seems okay. Skip all this. Do we have anything actual? Amazon is out of control. How did Amazon end? I gotta check real quick. All right, so cake was boring. Let's go to Amazon again. What did we end up doing here? Are they still up? Everything's so fucking red. Is Amazon up? 2.9%. Good job, Amazon. Good job, Amazon. At least somebody's making money. Good old brother Bezos. Problem exists between keyboard. Oh, I haven't heard that one. I've heard of the ID10T. I used to give out that one all the time, but that is one I've never used. That must be like the kids must be using that one. All right, let me see here. Scrolling down, went down 170, then 184. Guillermo Sabario. Man, today I really got my ass kicked. Can't win every day. No, not today. Starbucks crashing. Okay, cool. What do we got? Stock picks. If time permits, can you take another look? Intelligent Computing said, can you take another look at Poet today? It was up over 7% earlier today, but finally relented and it's now down 7% on the day. Wow, really? That's a hell of a swing. Are you talking about today it was up 7% and then down 7%? Boy, man. And the fear index only has us at 41%, 1% lower. Ooh, I don't love that. Is that the daily? Yeah, that kind of sucks. Looks very toppy on Poet. At least from the... Oh, this is the one that what's his name was pushing, isn't it? Is that right? Is this the ticker symbol U? Is that the Poet one? Let me just double check here. Is this the same one I think it is? Yeah, it is. So people are getting fucked now, man. Get the fuck out if you're in this thing. Yeah. So again, financially, I don't know why he posted a video about this. He should have had a bunch of fucking disclaimers in this. Like at the time, I think it was like a $50 million stock or something. Like it's ran a lot. And he didn't do a bunch of stuff he should have done. I wouldn't have made a fucking video about that, about a stock that I knew was this small. Even though I kind of did that. I did that with Flux, not realizing, or I bought it, realizing it. But you know what? In the fucking video, I said you could move it. So no, it doesn't count. Fuck that. So this guy bought this thing or started talking about this at 99 fucking cents, around $1. Shot this bitch up to 340 from his video. That is literally the trigger from what I found. And I didn't hear anything in his video. Let me know if I'm wrong, guys. If you already watched it, he said nothing about his ownership in the company. Didn't warn people about the smallness of this cap, any of that stuff. And yet they're losing money every quarter. They have no real revenue. They're burning down their cash. They're diluting shareholder value. And their estimates don't even look good. So if you own Poet, get the fuck out. It is a Ponzi scheme. It might be a real company, but there's nothing in the financials that show you that it's a real company. And outside of this one guy's video, and he's usually pretty reputable, I would assume Like, I don't know. To me, it's not a good video. It's not a good video because he didn't do a good job of showing people the financial situation of this company. And you can't shoot up the stock of something by, 236% over a short period of time if it looks like this without going over them. I think that's fucking super unprofessional. I don't hate that guy. He was wrong about Tesla. So, I mean, he's got some stuff he should figure out. Good case study, pumps. Yeah, dude, I feel bad because there's people that could be getting fucked from this, So don't be in it. All right, Marty Cohen. Hey, y'all. Hey, Jesse. What's up, dude? Intelligent computing, BTC might have just bottomed miners and up after hours. Maybe. They could. It's possible. But I think until we get Papa Powell tomorrow, because if we get some weird data that looks like stagflation again, that's not fucking happening. But it's the narrative, right? I said that like a week ago or whatever. I think it was last week. I said, seems to be the narrative and it might stick around for a few weeks. It has, and I think it's going to go away starting tomorrow. Could be wrong. Christopher Brown sold some CGC, Canopy Growth Corporation, up 79% to cycle into more miners. So not a bad day for me today. If that was Canopy Growth Corporation, I think that's the right thing to do. Because I do not like that stock, if I remember correctly from looking it up. Because the revenues just sucked. Oh my God, it was up 80% today? Why the fuck was it up 80? What? Dude, congrats. I love it when people make money, man. Even if something, like whatever, dude. That was, who was that? Who got that lucky? Christopher Brown. Congratulations, dude. Because when I'm looking at this company, there's nothing impressive about it. It was a complete fucking pump and dump, unless there's some crazy good news. Was there crazy good news I don't know about? The DEA may reclassify marijuana. Okay, that's a great time to fucking get the fuck out. And who knows, maybe it sends this bitch even higher. I think you are smart as hell, dude. If you sold that, if you made 80% today and then dumped that into Bitcoin miners, my hat off to you, bro. That's so cool. See, guys, even in a shitty day, great things can happen to some people. Intelligent computing, SMCI earnings are now, it's up 10% after hours. Is it? Okay. Maybe I should have listened to that one. The Starbucks one was just blah. I just want to see how they're sitting. Ooh, SMCI's down. What did you say it was? Oh, so it didn't. Ooh, it's up 10% after hours. Now it's down 8. Love it when people read the financial statements. Whoops. Ahad, Virani, yo. I love that. Majid, AMD's up. Is it up? Is it really? Or was it up? Like SMCI was up. Let's see. Burm. Down 6%. Not up. What's NVIDIA? NVIDIA gets slammed too. So it sounds like something's going on with the chips. I'll have to dig into that more later. Not liking chips. Forecast probably plummeted. NVIDIA's down 1.25. So it took a hit too. All right. So chips did not do well after hours. Guys, not at all. Oh, you know what I want to look at real quick while we're here? There's this thing I want to do. Oh, it's kind of handy. I look at my little watch list here. And then I look at my little miners. And then I pull up my little pie graph. But will this show me after hours? I don't think it will. That sucks. Did somebody say one of them was up? I'm just going to randomly click on one. Let's go. Mara is down 11%. Let's randomly click on that. Up 2.4. Huh? You might be right. Maybe we're getting some upness. I like that. I like that it's bouncing. Yeah, all the miners, everything got hammered. MicroStrategy got it the worst. They were down 17.6% or something. So comparatively, Mara did all right, down 11%. Hey, Jesse, please, can you take a look at SABR? Yes, you tipped me. I should do that. It's very kind of you, sir. I don't think I have that one, so I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. And I'll probably pull up, I'll glance at this chart real quick, but as you know me, I need to actually have, so Saber Corp, I need to have the financials in front of me so I can see. Because this one just really screams of being good at losing money. I mean, doesn't it? For like a long time. I mean, going back to 2018, it just kind of sucks. It's a $1 billion corporation that seems to be shitty at a glance. It's healthcare. It's a REIT. Really? All right. So no revenue growth whatsoever. Used to know how to make money. Now they lose it. 5% short interest. A little bit of retail. Doesn't look like it's going to get any better. They're doing buybacks, kind of more than not. Short interest got lower, kind of boring. Operating leverage plummeted. What? So their expenses plummeted to 0? That can't be right. That's too weird. There's got to be something wrong there. Or just some crazy, yeah, because over here, look, it went up. Some weirdness in that reporting maybe for the quarter, or maybe there's a bug here. Alejandro will check it out if there's nothing else. But yeah, this has 48 employees and it's a $3.2 billion company. Oh wait, no, this can't be the right one. I typed it wrong. Yeah, let me go back. Saber, right? Oh, dude, take that back. All right, so they've lost 9% revenue. Oh, this is cool. Oh, when did you do this, Alejandro? Has this been here the whole time? Are you fucking shitting me, bro? I love you, man. You literally break it down by the industry. How did I miss that, Alejandro? I might need to spend some time with you, bro. Is there more stuff I'm missing like that that I should be showing off? You need to tell me. So this company has lost a bunch of money. 96 million last quarter off of 687 million in revenue. Highly indebted. Massive share dilution. So, I mean, we got to the same place. It sucks. This company sucks. All right, next. There you go. That's what... I hope that was worth $5 or lira, whatever you paid with, Dave. I hope that was worth the money. I'm sorry. I'd love to give you better, but it just does not look great. All right. Let me see here. NVIDIA up 2%. We know that's down now. Corey Dreyer, I lost 15 grand. I don't feel so bad hearing your losses. I lost 370. So feel better about yourselves, guys. Lisa Marie, and that means TLT and TMF. I was just talking about how long-term dated bonds are fucked and you should not own them, including those. MA, Jesse, quick question. Why is before every earnings a stock dips then rips? Depends on what it is. I mean, anecdotally, you could say that for periods of time. There'll be weird patterns that occur based upon the macro environment, different sectors, the stock itself. There's always different things going on. Lisa Marie, thank you. Just explained what has happened for 4 or 5 other times in the last few decades when rates are cut and TLT stays flat or goes down. Love learning. Hey, I'm happy to help you. Yeah, it's just right now, it's worse now because people don't know if the federal government can pay them back in 20 years. So why would you buy a 20-year bond? That gives you duration risk. Duration just means time. People like to not tell you what the actual words are because they want to sound smarter, but that's all it is. SMCI is swinging wildly right now. It was up 10% in after hours. Now it's down 6%. Yeah, that's the theme. How do you think Tesla pullback will go? I already said that. I don't think it's too crazy, but I mean, shit can happen. It could fill the gap. Dougie Fresh, 69. Love that name. 59,040. Oh, did we drop to 59,000? Did that happen? Cool, man. I missed that. Did I miss it? I don't know. Oh, yeah, no, I knew that. We got to it. Yeah, that's cool. I really care about if we drop underneath, like, honestly, I should go down to here. To like, if we drop under 57, then it gets interesting because then we have the chip to 53. John Mars gave me $2.49. Thank you, man. Kodak said sold some miners today for MicroStrategy. You say MicroStrategy should move first. Yes, I do agree. I do agree that it should bounce first because it seems to, it could vary. I think MicroStrategy is an easy 2x play right now. And the miners could be more than that. I mean, they could be more than that if you're talking about the right one. So it depends on what you're talking about. But MicroStrategy should move first. I think it'll be the one that moves the hardest. It'll be the one that bounces first because it's got so much fucking short interest and pressure on it right now. Lauren Wheeler says, hey, Jesse, if you were doing a trend-based fib extension on Mara, would you draw it from 2020-ish to peak in 2021 and a bottom to 2022? I will show you how I would draw it because I have it right now. And then I'll jump back over to other stock requests. What time is it? Oh, we're doing all right. I'm probably going to stick around. Maybe I might do another 20. We'll see. Just to get caught up. I know I'm a little behind on people looking at charts. So here's what I did, right? So I did March of 2020. That was kind of the bottom for a lot of stuff. And then I did the top in 2021. Is that what you said? Yeah. And then the bottom into December. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Really close. Yeah, that's exactly right. I would look at that, and usually I do it on the daily time frame, but this is just too big, so we got to go weekly. But yeah, I would do exactly that. You got the right idea because this is your major low, very major low, right? The low of the entire cycle for Bitcoin and miners to the high of the cycle to the low of the next bear market, and then we're trying to plot it from there. So that's exactly how you do it. You did great. That's a question, Lol. Oh, yeah, that's a question. Sold some miners today for MicroStrategy. Should move first. I think it should move first. It doesn't have to. I think it will. Lauren Wheeler. Hey, Jess. Lauren Wheeler. Thanks, dude. Paku Chiu. Joby, please and thank you. Lauren Wheeler. Sweet, thanks. All right, let me go back over to my line here and make sure that I was hoping PayPal. So LSG said, I was hoping PayPal would close above previous resistance of 68.20, but market macro 2 week. Yeah, it was. Did I even pull up PayPal? I think I did. Did I? No, I didn't. This is great, actually. So, okay. So yes, I was hoping that we would get above this fib right here, like around 68 and change. How do you become a member? You become a member if you're on iOS. If you're on an Apple iPhone, they don't make it easy for you to find the join. You can't find it without doing the double A's, like the lowercase a, uppercase A, hitting request desktop, and then they give you the desktop version of the app, and then you could select join for my channel. It's $2.99 a month. Next month, I'm going to lower it even more to $1.99, and probably keep it down there as long as it doesn't turn into a shit show. But yeah, you can join that way, and otherwise, if you're in front of a desktop computer, you'll see it. All right, so here's what I do like, though. Here's what I do like on PayPal. So I just want to show this. I like the fact that we're still, and again, this is the weekly, so I'm going to go to the daily. I like the fact, again, we got packed down, only up 1.4% on the day, down 1.3 or 0.38% in after hours. Shit happens. But here's the deal. If you haven't watched the conference call, watch the conference call. It was fucking brilliant. It went great. They're doing everything right. I'm very proud of them. Anybody notice how magically Starbucks landed right on the fib level here, just perfectly, and just stopped right at it? Very interesting, right? Look at that. We're just going to hang out perfectly on the fib. Anyway, or maybe that was a previous support zone. Don't quote me. Actually, you know what? I need to see this right now. My mind wants to see this. What did it land on? Oh, no, that must have been, what is that? What did it land on? Was that peak volume? Now I'm confused. My line went away. All right, fuck it. Whatever. Moving on. Oh, no, it did. It landed on the support line. Oh, okay, because it's after hours. So that's actually kind of frightening for Starbucks. And now I really wish I would have kept all my shorts because we're here. We're on a multi-year uptrend line that goes back to June of 2018. You can't see this terribly well. You know, I should pull this up on the main one. But we're right down here, guys, on the Starbucks chart on the left. We're on a multi-year trend line that goes back to June of 2018. Starbucks could have a catastrophic drop. If I get some strong gains tomorrow from something and maybe Starbucks gets a bounce, I might look at some puts. I'll let you guys know if I do. because that's fascinating. But yeah, with PayPal, the thing I love is we're starting to hit support here on previous trend. We could backtest to this level and turn it into support, but we basically, you got to realize Starbucks had a great fucking earnings call, and it's found support here previously on previous resistance that went back years and turned it into support. It shot up like a rocket ship. It would have, if the market wouldn't have been just a shit show today, been above the fib. If the market isn't a shit show tomorrow, we're going to rocket back above it and maybe get to 71, 72 because it deserves 73. If today would have been a good market day, this bitch would have closed at $73. So it's going to come back. I just hope MicroStrategy moves on and Tesla stays down so I can rotate. I'm actually the opposite. I want Tesla and PayPal to go up so that I can buy more crypto related stuff and DLO and maybe some ARKG and some others. And I don't think I'll do it tonight, but maybe tomorrow morning if I get the time, I might make an ARKG video just about the options play. Members only, of course, and just show you guys what I'm looking at. I don't know if I'll be able to buy into it because I don't know if I'll have any money. Something needs to go up because I don't have a lot of cash right now at all. But I'll at least let you know what plays are out there and what I would be buying if I do get the opportunity. I might do something like that. All right. China sales are down. Yeah, we know. Derek, glad to see less people wasting money on expensive coffee. That will happen in mass. Disease Kodak. My parents want to sell their house to downsize. When should I tell them to sell to get the best bang for their buck? It's probably soon, but the problem is, are they moving into like an apartment, Disease Kodak? If they're doing that, I would probably sell soon because once rates start dropping, the housing market will open up. And I don't know if it'll happen overnight, but the upside pressure and the price will stop. And I think some people will front run that. I've got friends, I posted about this the other day, even people anecdotally on here that are in real estate. And they're like, dude, we've seen an uptick in people that are jumping into the real estate market because they're trying to get a jump on rates. So I wouldn't wait too long personally. TFB, why are people surprised that BTC is chopping around? Happens every time after the halving. Yeah. Last halving was actually all right, but you're right. There is usually chop. Sometimes it drops. Sometimes it goes up. Last cycle, we got lucky because March of 2020 was obviously horrible for everything. And so by the time the halving came around, it chopped sideways for a little bit, but then it went up pretty quickly after that and with ferocity because of just, that how weird things were around March 2020. It was just so low. It dropped 60% in like a month because of that shit show. But yeah, sideways chop, not crazy at all. All right. Intelligent computing, there's technical support for Tesla at 180 on the daily chart. I believe you. I think that's right. Bearish, Lee Auto, Stellantis, Tesla. I would only put money in these. I can't speak about Lee Auto. Do they have an actual ticker? I'd be curious to see what it looks like. I've never looked at that one. Danny White, thanks for joining. All right, BD. Elon reportedly fired 2 execs with this additional round of layoffs because he wasn't happy with speed of progress on headcount reduction. Okay, yeah, I've kind of heard that rumor. And then I heard that the supercharger team had been fired, the whole thing. But I don't know if that part's true. Intelligent computing, Lyle. The market carpet got drenched in blood. Yes, it did. Derek, I got my Tesla 2026 sleeps at 145. I'm just chilling. Good for you, man. I think that's going to pay off well. Dougie Fresh 69, Snap 2, lol. SMUSA, are you talking about Snap the investment? How did that do? So they went up just the other day, just for shits and giggles. They went up the other day, but then the market route today, did it take away? Not much. Snap actually did it. Or no, wait, that's not right. Ouster? How did I must have fucked that up. Let me get over here and say this correctly. Oh, they're still doing good. Huh, surprising. I don't think that'll last. All right. Hey, Jesse, you the real G. Thanks for opening the world of leaps to me. I knew about them, but thanks to you, I'll learn the right way to play it. Yeah, and again, just be cautious. So many people can get wrecked in leaps. I might get wrecked in my 2025 leaps, guys. It's possible. I think that they're still going to come back, but you just have to, you got to look at it as understanding the tool, understanding the risk. If you don't understand the tool and you don't understand the risk, you can get really hurt. It's very possible to do this with leaps. So just be cautious. Know what you're doing. Make asymmetric bets in different directions. And maybe some Starbucks puts. I don't know. If they get a bounce, that might not be a bad idea. Wish I would have kept mine. Fucking shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Danny Y'all. Valdez. Okay, that's a name. That's a long one. And I barely say my own. So we're going to stick with Danny Y'all. A day like this makes me think maybe I should have liquidated Tesla Leaps on an 18% up yesterday when calls were up 60% and bought again today. Is that advisable? I mean, I did that yesterday, right? Here's the thing, though. I don't make full bets. Like, I love my Tesla bet right now. It's one of my favorite plays that I have, along with my Bitcoin-related ones. Some of my favorite stuff, right? So I took about 12% of that yesterday, and I put it into other things. So I kind of already did that play, and would have been a good idea to have a little bit more cash today. But again, hindsight 2020, right? All right, whatever. All right, moving on. Hit the like so we can grow viewers. Yes, if you could do that, that would be great. I think your red shirt needs long red sleeves for today. I know, right? I did dress appropriately though, right out of the gate. I wasn't going to wear green on the PayPal earnings call this morning. I was just like, I'm not doing that. All right. Thank you. Appreciate. Micro to Macro is going to hit 15K subs this week. I don't think so. Maybe next week. But I appreciate everybody who hits the like and does things to help promote the channel. Amit, I think it's impossible to time the markets like that. I don't know what you mean. Luke Automata, I agree, Amit. Time the markets is what? Oh, you're talking about Daniel's comment, maybe? I mean, I do that all the time, and I'm usually pretty successful at it. But I do think, because all I'm doing is like rebalancing, right? Like it's something a professional fund would do, maybe a hedge fund. They're going to rebalance portfolio. Starbucks is down 12% in after hours now, guys. I don't know what they just said on the call, or if the world's just falling apart, but not great. All right. But yeah, I do that kind of rebalancing all the time, and I think it's a good thing if you're taking away from things you've done really well in small amounts, trimming some off the top in your gains, and then putting it into things that you also believe are asymmetric opportunities that have gotten punished and that should be turning around. It's fucking 300 people in here. Come on, guys, just press the like button. Yeah, right? I don't understand why it's so hard for people to hit the like button. It's so strange. I do that for people. I would expect the same from those people. Heinz, what did the dollar do? It shit on itself. BD, Elon just posted about continued but slowed supercharger plan growth. So he didn't fire the whole team. I knew that was bullshit. Heinz in, $20 an hour is what Starbucks has to pay in California. Yeah, right? And they're going to fire all those people and automate their jobs away. No one ever went broke taking some profit, though. I totally agree. That's the fucking truth, man. Taking profits is a good thing. And again, I did that yesterday, and I don't regret it because I took it from things. I took profits on gains that were up over, 40% on the day. And then I put that that were down. I took gains, whatever it was like. I think in some cases up 40% on the day. And then I put it into stuff that was down 40% on the day. So it's like, how do you lose doing that if you believe in both those things? All right. I think MicroStrategy is headed for the 100-day moving average, sample average of volume shelf low. Yeah, like it could do 900s, 800, whatever. Livongo, Live and Go, LXRX. It's a Marvel company a Marvel company that's down like it's shit. Okay. Let's take a look and see if it is shit. LXRX, and I might call it here pretty quick. I think we're getting to that 5 o'clock time frame, guys. Lexicon Pharmaceuticals, is that what we're looking at? I mean, it has no revenue. I'm going to say it's shit. Because I don't know how to gauge it. It's a biotech with no money. So this is my same answer for all the biotechs, guys. if they've never made a dime or if they made a dime a long fucking time ago and they haven't made money in years, like since the pandemic, do you really want to dilute and throw away all your fucking money? I don't, personally. Is he peeing in a bottle? I do not pee in a bottle. I am lucky enough to have a bathroom right next to my office, and I even got a fancy bidet on it. I gotta say, guys, once you bidet, you never go back. Because it's like, why wouldn't you wash yourself? You know, you wash your fucking hands. Anyway, this is off topic. I should stop. But yeah, I love my bathroom. It's right next to me, so I could run quickly. All right, Cameron Dane Scott, APLD, if you get a chance. Did I already do this one? Am I getting deja vu? I could be getting senile. Let me check. APLD. If I did APLD today, guys, can you tell me? Applied Digital Corporation. Didn't I do this one? I feel like I did. I feel like I did this. I feel like somebody maybe asked earlier, and I did it. I don't feel like I didn't like it. They lose tons of money. That's the answer. Doing the P dance. SM USA poo poo. Thanks, guys. You guys are great. I'm glad my bodily functions. Andy's out. Come on, man. Great chance for a pee break for everyone. Andy's out. Communal pee break, guys. Marty McFly will need a little bubble on the pee break. I should do that next time. That's actually a great idea. Michael Myers, pee break added to bingo card. Legit. Definitely bingo card. You guys are great. You guys are like borderline abusive, and I love it. Almir, Tesla still plans to grow supercharger network, just a slower pace for new locations and more focus on 100% uptime and expansion of existing locations. Yeah, dude, upgrade. Totally makes sense. And plus, I do think they can probably automate a lot of that, except for the actual physical installations. And maybe they need a smaller team for the upgrades. That is another thing that people aren't even thinking about. Holy shit, that's brilliant. To install new locations takes a ton more capital. But if you already have a lot of the right locations and you can upgrade their charging time to be twice as fast, you have built 2 superchargers, right? Not one. That is fucking brilliant. That's what he's doing. That's what he's fucking doing. Thank you for that. An epiphany. See, this is why you stick around for the little bits of fucking wisdom that come up in strange little nuggets out of nowhere. All right. Disease Kodak. I'd rather MicroStrategy short squeeze. What? I skipped somebody. Yeah, dude. That's so fucking brilliant on the superchargers. Heinz, Upwork earnings tomorrow. Oh, who is earnings? I gotta see. What am I doing for earnings tomorrow? I want to do something. Oh, that's an easy. We're doing Riot Mining Company, guys. Tomorrow, Riot Mining Company, and the market recap. I'm thinking Thursday, Coinbase or Square. I'm going to give you guys a voting ability here. We're going to do another vote. You know what? I'll do it tomorrow. So tomorrow's Riot, and then on Thursday, we'll do a vote for Coinbase or Square. It's kind of my jam, I think. I know Mercado Libre is on there. I know Apple is. I actually do love my MacBook and almost want to follow Apple. But everybody covers Apple. And I'll find out very quickly if they're getting crushed because of China, which they will. I think Apple's fucked tomorrow or Thursday. So let's pray for a dovish Fed. All right, Derek, I used my PayPal credit card for everything in the past 4 years. 2% cash back on everything. I'll be switching to Robinhood Gold for the 3%. Fuck yeah. I can't wait to get my gold card. I get a gold card. So excited. Because of you guys. Intelligent Computing, I thought you were short Starbucks. I was. Isn't that fucking sad? You have a great thesis. You're spot on fucking right. And then you get greedy and jump out of it like a fucking idiot. Oh, well. Eric S., it needs to bounce. Palantir. Heinz, BTC over 60K right now. Let's see if that lasts. All right, real quickly. I do want to look at something real fast if I still have this pulled up. Do I have my Starbucks? I sold all of them. I wish I would have kept. I had a couple of Starbucks in here to keep track of the options price. Wish I would have done that. Fucking A. All right. Anyway, I think I'm bored for the day, guys. I got to eat. Kids doing taekwondo stuff. I got to eat, take a break. So I might make that Art G video. I might make a Starbucks video. Maybe I'll do a 2-for-1 by tomorrow morning sometime, just to cover a decent short play, and then also cover potential for, Art G. Again, if you're looking for like a biotech, the markets are going to recover, and we might see a doubling in this ETF price in the next, year and a half, 2 years. So I think that we will do that. I think I'm probably done for the day. I feel like a little tired. So we're probably going to call it, y'all. I'm going to give you something. We're going to do a little crypto bubble, I think, to close this bitch out. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you tomorrow morning. Peace out. Bye.
Dip, yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Oh, buy that fucking dip. Dump it on the top and spit. Buy that shit. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. When it drops, better cop. Let it fucking rip. People love the pump. Yeah. Got them lining up. Wow. See us winning, FOMO in and YOLO by the top. Dream of Lamborghini. Girlfriend in bikini. Front covered Forbes magazine is where you'll see me. Oh, what? How? Price went down. Who will save us now? Felt like a hero. Now the fear is here and it's clear it's steering to zero. Yeah. Hands weak, bags heavy, and I'm ready to forget about already all the hopes and the dreams. So puke your position like mom spaghetti. I'm hungry and got long cash on the ready to just buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Oh. Buy that fucking dip. Dump it on the top and spit. Buy that shit. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. When it drops, better cop. Let it fucking rip. When there's people crying, that's when I'll be buying. Yeah. When they tell you their investment conviction is dying. Oh no. But the market's dead. Yeah. That's what TV man said. It's time to sell it, walk away and sit in cash instead. Pump, what? Price go up. Guess that's just your luck. Sold at the bottom a lot of you gotta learn how to hold on to whatever money you're gonna earn and not get shaken out when they run the stops. Although it tends to pretend through the dips and the bends, you know the trend is your friend all the way to the end. So I buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Oh. Buy that fucking dip. Dump it on the top and spit. Buy that shit. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. When it drops, better cop. Let it fucking rip. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Oh. Buy that fucking dip. Dump it on the top and spit. Buy that shit. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. Buy that fucking dip. Yeah. When it drops, better cop. Let it fucking rip.